Son las 9 de la mañana, presentación de los sponsors, presentación de nuestros compañeros. Estamos en un campo de prácticas maravilloso, ahora lo veréis en cámara, un shooting cinema, ojalá lo tuviéramos en España, donde vamos a poder practicar con nuestros rifles, con nuestro next. Vamos a ver qué tal se nos da hoy aquí. Pues aquí estamos probando nuestro flamante equipo para estos días de batidos nórdicas. Estamos en Suecia, en el cuartel general de AIMPOINT. Con nosotros el Acro 2. Montado en un rifle Next, en el hayan Next. Vamos a ver si lo logramos centrar, poner bien a tiro y asegurarnos bien la precisión para nuestras próximas batidas.
Full focus at the clay, and then you will shoot it when you actually pass the clay like that.
Today, many of you know each other since before, but for those who doesn't, we'll have a quick introduction of ourselves.
Okay, so we're over in Sweden and we're with the AIMPOINT event, and we've just arrived and we've just done the introduction talk, and I'm so excited. I've never done anything like this before, so I've not used AIMPOINT for years, so it's going to be a reintroduction to that. We're using a Jaeger Next holiday ammunition, and we've just been given these awesome Vaughan backpacks to use on our hunt later in the week. I've got some Vaughan backpacks, they're incredible, good quality ones. In fact, mine are over 10 years old, so I'm looking forward to seeing the update of that when we get out there. So we'll update you as we go along and what we're doing.
When everybody's back, then you can turn the gun down, but always carry the gun when you're carrying back and forth with the barrel upwards, bolt over. Okay, so start to prepare, and then you make sure that there are 2 shooters per table. The yellow here will give you a better contrast against the red dot, and then we have this circle. And here I wanted to place the red dots so you are aiming in the center of the circle. You adjust the brightness of the red dots so you have as low brightness as you can have, so you really can be accurate. And we have the plus and minus button on the acro side. So if it's off, you just push plus or minus. It will always start on setting number 7. And it can go up and down from that. And now you have to go down, I think. So adjust it, take your time, get the feeling of it. And also get the feeling of the gun and the trigger and so on before you start to shoot.
Yeah, with the just owl and not a little bit. Yeah, and you always roll pick up about the if it there, that's the thing on. Men då man tar det också. I think the one that var under den tiden nästa. Over the right one. Vad sa du? Pick up you really down the.
Start there. So, who's the shooter? Fantastic, you did everything correct, because we have pre-zeroed them.
It's you and done everything.
Yeah, so now it's fantastic. No, but here is where we want to have the impact. So 1.5 centimeter underneath where we were aiming to have a really good ballistic for the driven hunt. And we will have a flat ballistics out to roughly 150 meters. Even if we don't shoot at 150 meters, we will have a flat ballistic. And if we have a wounded animal, not during this hunt because we will be limited to shoot on a certain distance, but if we have a wounded animal, we know that we can take that shot at 150, 60 meters without thinking. So here is the picture that you should have for your own later on. So you should be 1.5 square underneath the center, because 1 square is equal to 1 centimeter. Go for this shot. Yeah. Go for this one, and then I give you some instructions how to actually adjust it. If we start with the side, so then I count the squares. 1, 2, 3. Yep. With the 3 squares to come into the center line. And I take this tool, put it on the side, because now we will adjust on the side, sideways. And then if I follow that arrow, and you have an arrow up there also, but it can be hard to see. If I follow that arrow, I will bring the impact to the right. if I go the opposite way, I will come to the left. So what did I say? 1, 2, 3. So 6 clicks, and we want to go, so we have the impact to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want to bring it down slightly. We are up there. So I will actually take it down.
2 clicks.
Yeah, 1 or 2 clicks because we want to come there.
Yep.
So I take 1 click down. And then I hold the tool like that again. If I go with the arrow, I will go up with impact. If I go the opposite way, then I will go down with impact. 1 click down.
Right.
Yeah. Perfect. Then we will be quite on the spot for next time.
First one was better. Oh, I've got to go. I'm on. So we're in the shooting cinema. We're being trained by Eric, and he's shown the hunting techniques with us, and now we're going to try and put that into practice.
Fire position. Dat is kapot.
And for the camera, that would have been a really good one because he's... We've had training all day on how to shoot the Jaeger next, and Eric's been training us on different types of shooting and different techniques, whether it's breathing or to do with lifting our muscles up or a combination of both, and now we're all putting it into practice. So you'll see now as we do it, how we work our way through and how we improve, hopefully improve, and what techniques we're going to take with us to the field.
There. You lift the gun with that hand slightly upwards, up. At the same time, you add some more pressure against the shoulder. Just slowly. And of course, you hold your left hand on the gun also. Contact, focus, kill it, straight movement upwards. And really now try to not look at the red dot. On the wishes. That should. And then you look out at the red dot.
So now we're trying, I'm doing freehand and done our breathing and our muscle technique. We're using the Vaughan SR10, which is like a small bum bag that goes on there, and you fit it in, put it onto a shoulder strap, and then you get your arm in here, and you're going to see me now shoot, and you've got a lot more solid. It looks ridiculous, but the difference it makes on steadying up your shot, if it's a little bit further on distance, and this is what we're practicing to shoot. We're going to take this into the field to try it tomorrow and the day after. So I've just shot again with the Vaughan SR10 pack on, like I've just shown you, and you can see on the end on here, it's really tightened my group up, so I've had a lot steadier reaction. Remember my breathing that Eric's taught me, and I'm quite impressed, to be honest. I'll definitely be taking this into the field and try to use it practically.
Okay, moving target. What animal do we see on the screen? Right there?
And calf.
And calf. And which ordnung will we shoot them?
Calf. Lead hind.
with your carbine, yeah. But you will be able to shoot fallow deer, red deer during the days, and start with the calves. If in this case, and if the calf and the female is allowed, start with the calf. If it comes a group of animals, if it comes 40 fallow deer in front of you, shoot the calves. Don't shoot the females in that group, because you don't know what calf that female has in the group. So it's not a legacy that you should shoot. You can shoot hind and calves. You shoot the calves if there's plenty of them before you shoot the hind. But you know that. So this maybe is the trickiest thing when I move so slow. But really try to come up, contact, focus, decision, kill it, bow. So the barrel speed should not be much quicker than the animal, so you really have the timing when you go through, when you see that you pass your focus point, pull the trigger. And now, if you see that the shot goes really high or if it goes really low, think what you do with the front end. Because especially when it goes slowly, and if you have the last turn like that, ding, then it will stick directly. So you will have a high shot or a low shot or whatever. So really try to do the movement in here. Contact, focus, kill it.
Ooh.
Second shot we didn't get any marking on, so that one we don't know. But you had a good barrel movement on that one also.
Yeah.
Don't speed it up. Same thing. Up, contact, focus. Just go through a little bit quicker than the animal runs. And shoot when you pass your focus point. You don't need any lead, because we have 25 meters to the screen. And a little bit quicker than other animals, but you don't need any lead. So just go through, trust your eyes, make the decision that you shoot before you start your movement, and just pull the trigger. Otherwise, you will be in front of the animal. Good speed on the barrel. Dead. Good. The speed is super good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're going through perfectly in the speed.
Yeah.
Good control.
It's quite a heavy trigger, isn't it, Eric? On the
Heavy trigger?
heavy, yeah. So I'm pulling it maybe a little. That's what pulling it up been for Eric all day today. We've gone through some real training methods for shooting driven, which we're going to take into practice tomorrow out in the field. Eric, thank you for an incredible day. I've learnt a lot, and I've shot wild ball for probably 20 years, and I've had a little bit of coaching, but generally it's been what I've learnt myself and giving lead, maintain lead like I shoot a shotgun in England. But Eric, you've taught us some really good things today. Can you just briefly run through what we've gone for our viewers so they can learn along with us?
Absolutely. I mean, it's about to have a plan.
Yeah.
A game plan to create the hit.
Yeah.
And in the end, you should have one movement,
Yeah.
but we divide it into 3 steps.
Yeah.
And that is also actually to utilize the aim point sight.
Yes.
I will fool you
Yeah.
to actually pick the focus points and
With
move
both eyes open.
with both eyes open,
Yeah.
and then move the red dot to your focus point.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I teach people also to shoot a static target
Yeah.
with this concept or this method, that you put a focus point, you pick a focus point, you pick a contact point, and then you pick your focus point, and then you bring the red dot to the focus point without tracking the red dot. So you will actually be a better shooter on moving target if you practice this also on static target.
Yeah. So take it to the silhouette that you showed us,
So
and where we put the eyes where we're going to focus on,
Absolutely.
and where the gun comes through it, and then the actual trigger.
Yeah, so we can think about this as a clay when you are shooting the shotgun. So normally with the shotgun you will come with a barrel underneath, and if this clay goes away from you, you will actually come from underneath and full focus at the clay, and then you will shoot it when you actually pass the clay like that. Bow.
Yeah.
We take the same principle, the same concept into the rifle shooting,
Yes.
because now we have the opportunity, because we are shooting with both eyes open,
Yep.
and we want to have 100% focus at the clay.
Yep.
So we place the red dot underneath the killing zone, and if you look at the clay, if you look at the red dot at that case, it doesn't matter. Then we force ourselves to change our focus to where we actually want to end up,
The kill zone.
the kill zone.
Yeah.
And then important is that we take a decision before we start the movement. Then we create the movement.
Yeah.
Instead of actually, the movement is normally in rifle shooting your enemy, because you try to aim center,
Yeah.
but it will just go around. Now we are actually taking the movement to our friend. So we are creating a movement with the barrel instead. So from this position, when the red dot is down there, but the full focus is over there, you create the movement, and then you have already been taken the decision that you should shoot when you reach your focus point. And then you bring it up, and then when the red dot comes into your focus point, boom, you pull the trigger. So exactly the same way as you shoot the clay that goes away from your position.
Absolutely. However, today I've learned that how I get my lift is, instead of like if I'm shooting on a fixed target, a deer, chamois, everything, I'm breathing flat to get my chest as flat as I can to take a target. With this one, I've actually learned to draw my breath, and you just saw me do that. By doing that, it brings my barrel up, and I found that incredible. So probably it's totally alien to me. So it's been quite, for an old boy, it's quite a new concept for me to be able to draw my breath up, and then that brings my point up from there into that. And then as I've been coming up onto the target, that's when I'm releasing the trigger. And I didn't believe it would happen on work, but it has. So I really learned something useful today. And then we took that into the concept of a slowly moving target, and then we've quickened that up till we've got quite a fast-driven red hind, haven't we?
Yeah.
And I think everybody's done quite well today, haven't they?
Absolutely.
I know a lot of them are professional writers and stuff like that, but that doesn't always mean they're hunting so much, you know, they're writing about it and everything, but everybody's shot reasonably well, I think.
Yeah, and if they pick up one or two things from this session, I mean, they've been hunting the whole life.
Absolutely.
And if you pick one thing and you bring it into your own shooting, and you take it to yourself to the next step.
Eric, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks, but you actually have done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great, and we're looking forward to getting out in the field tomorrow. It's snowing outside, wild boar, fallow deer, red deer. I cannot wait.